I want to talk about my testimony and how I came to the Lord and became a Christian and how Christ saved me and brought me out of darkness. I was born in Waltham, Massachusetts on August 3rd, 1987. My mom is a God-fearing woman. She raised me and my brothers on her own. My dad was around in the beginning, but became alcoholic and didn't want to give that up. He chose that over his family. It's sad to see. We grew up in the housing projects with a bunch of people going through similar circumstances as we did. A lot of friends I had, we wanted to be like the gangsters that you see in the movies. We wanted that to be our reality. At 13 years old, I started drinking alcohol, 40s and hard liquor, and smoking marijuana. We did it on a daily basis for many years. We were always in trouble with the law. One day, we went to go jump some people, hitting them with our fists and baseball bats. We heard some sirens. We started running. I got into the car with my brother and a couple of his friends. When we got to the projects, we heard the sirens coming, so we ran to our houses. A couple of people we knew got arrested that night, but we all got a paper in the mail, and we all had to appear in court, and continued for a while. I got put on probation. One day, one of my buddies got locked up, so I wanted to be in the same place, so I broke some car windshields. I ran away for a long time, but the police finally caught me, arrested me. That was a violation of probation, so I had to go to juvenile in Worcester, Mass. For about 2 weeks. When I got out, they put me on house arrest, but without a bracelet. So I would still go outside and do normal things. When I got a little older, me and my brothers were constantly having run-ins with the law. But one day, my little brother got locked up in juvenile because someone said his name to the police. When I found out, me and one of my friends went to the kid's house because he lived in the projects too. We knocked at the door, he opened it a little bit, then closed the door. So we had a baseball bats in our hand, so we smashed the windows. He called the cops and said I had a gun. So a SWAT team came to my house, but I wasn't there. They had it in the paper, but I turned myself in. But they let me go in court. So this is when I got kicked out of the projects. Then one day, I got caught again for no trespassing and resisting arrest. Then I wasn't allowed in the housing projects. So I was homeless, nowhere to go, sleeping at different friends' house, sometimes in cars or doorways, and come back to my mom's in the morning. One day, me and my friend was smoking some weed. Then we went to make some CDs. As we were sitting, we can hear walkie-talkies coming to the house. So we tried to run out the door, but it was surrounded. They put guns to my head and took me to jail. When I appeared in court, I got detained and went to Cambridge jail for a week. When I got out, I went back for another occasion for no trespassing, and that was a violation of probation, so I did another week in Cambridge jail. I did a lot of things that I wasn't proud of, like smoking, drinking, addicted to pornography, fornication, swearing, listening to rap music. We wanted to be cool. We loved when people feared us. When I met my wife, things changed. We moved to Virginia. At first, we went to a Baptist church where we got married at. I felt like I was at a concert. Some of what he was teaching wasn't in the scriptures, so I pointed it out to him. And I knew that they wasn't speaking the truth. So we left. So we searched on YouTube and came across a video, Wilson Road Church of Christ in Houston. They left a number, so I called them and I said I wanted to be in the right place of believers. They told us you have to find the right church that's similar to Philadelphia and Smyrna. You can find that in Revelations. So I called the Blue Ridge Church of Christ and I said I wanted to be baptized. Then eventually I convinced my wife and she got baptized. Then we continued attending regularly, spending time with one another. They were helping us grow in our faith. We learned a lot from them. Then my wife got pregnant. We had our first son. 15 months later, we had our daughter. But eventually, we had to move back to Massachusetts because my son has autism. Still growing in the Word and want to teach our children the truth. Staying in the Bible and praying, listening to hymns. Being with our brothers and sisters from the Tinsboro Church of Christ. Being in unity with our brothers and sisters from the Boston Church of Christ, Rhode Island Church of Christ, the New Jersey Church of Christ, Maine, and Vermont, and the Blue Ridge Church of Christ in New York, and beyond, all our brothers around the world that keep the faith and keep the commandments of Jesus to the death, and do what He's commanded, and fall and stay in the narrow path. As we come to a close on this topic about my testimony, God can change anybody, but it has to be up to the individual to not harden his heart. You gotta want to change. It doesn't matter what you've been through. God can help you through any situation that you are struggling with. If you want to become a Christian, first you gotta hear, believe, confess Jesus as Lord, repent and be baptized, and live faithfully until death.